I know it's not much to look at now. I paid 10 bucks for this thing at a flea market. Okay, maybe I overpaid a little. But picture this. All the paint removed, the wood sanded down, maybe stained with a nice dark walnut. I'll take out the glass, I'll repair all the broken pieces, I'll clean, I'll polish it, and maybe the lead came, I'll give it a nice black patina color. Now what do you think of it? You better not say 20 bucks. I normally show you the finished product at the end of each video, but today I thought I'd do something different and show you the final result right here at the beginning. So I've spent at least 8 hours restoring this. I replaced 3 pieces of broken glass. I've cleaned off all the paint and dirt off the original glass. I cemented all the joints to give it an airtight seal. I've cleaned the frame. I painted the frame with an ivory chalk paint. I sanded the frame to give it a little bit of a distressed look. On the back, I put a 4-stranded picture hanging wire for easy mounting. Now, for those of you who want to see how I restored this, the rest of the video is for you. The first thing to do on a stained glass window like this is to carefully remove it from the frame without breaking any more glass. The more I'm looking at this wood frame, the less interested I am in stripping it down to the bare wood. One of the reasons is because this looks like it's Douglas fir, which is similar to pine. It's not a beautiful looking wood when it's stained, and another reason is that the existing paint on here probably contains lead. Instead of creating dust by stripping and sanding, I think it's best to just seal it with a few coats of chalk paint. Now that the glass panel is removed, I need to figure out the best way to remove and replace the broken glass. I want to remove it carefully so I can use it as an exact pattern size for the new glass. I need to open up the space by prying up the lead came edges. I also cut the connection point here to get a little more wiggle room. Now with the box cutter blade, I'm able to free the piece of glass. Now I have a perfect piece to use as a template to cut a new piece of glass. At this point, you might be asking, where do you get matching stained glass for old stained glass windows? Well, first of all, I looked through my stash. I've got a large collection that I've compiled over the years from estate sales and garage sales. I buy it up whenever I see it. That way, when I do need something, I've got a large collection of it to look through. But most of you probably don't have that. So you're going to have to go to a hobby store or a specialty stained glass shop that sells all kinds of glass. Now, that can be a challenge to find something that matches the piece that you need. But the third option is to replace multiple pieces of glass with another type. Let's say that I had this one broken. I can just go ahead and replace these 2 pieces. That way, it kind of looks like you planned it. A little wiggling and finagling, and hopefully I can convince this piece of glass to go back into place without breaking it. I also have 2 other broken pieces of glass that I need to cut slightly larger than the opening. This can be a little bit difficult. In this case, I cut the lead cane between the glass and disconnected the corner to give me more space to insert the replacement glass. Now it's just a matter of resoldering the old joints, which are going to need to be cleaned up and scuffed in order to get the solder to stick. With some scraping, brushing, and paint remover, I managed to remove all the old paint from the glass. Some steel wool cleans up the old lead quite nicely. Now I'll scrape the old cement around every piece of glass to prepare for the new cement. Technically, I don't need to re-cement this panel because it's not going to be installed in an outside-facing window. But I do think the piece will look better and it's going to be much more solid, no rattling, and no loose pieces of glass. I won't explain the cementing process here, but if you're interested to see this step by step, I do have a video on my channel showing this process. I painted the frame using 3 coats of an off-white chalky paint. I let it dry, then scratched the edges with some sandpaper to make it look older. We're nearing the finish line as I use these glazing points to secure the window. Not bad for 10 bucks. Before I go, I'm going to light it up from the back and show you what that looks like. Thanks for watching Alley Picked. Until next time, I'll meet you in the dumpster.